sorry.
Well, there you are, folks. We're coming to you live from the spa in Lucan, and what a magnificent building it is too. And as I said, we've got our special guest on board, and we're going to have a little chat with her in a few minutes. But before that, we're going to start off our show. It's called the 12 Bongs, and we're coming to you live from Lucan near Dublin. This is Ray Dolan with the 12 Bongs. Bong, 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 bong. And we have our special guest, Maureen Nightingale. Maureen, can you give us 4 bongs, please?
I'll give you 4 bongs. Bong, 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 bong.
Absolutely super. She's been practicing them bongs all week, and yes, we've been rendezvousing. She lives the far side of Dublin, I live the far side of Lucan, and we met up here. So we're going to have a little chat, a few minutes, and let's start off our show. We'd like to thank Paddy Dunning for introducing the show for us today. He is from music at Mears Court, and that's going to be on the 10th, 11th and 12th, just outside Mullingar. Tickets are on sale at the moment. Just look for mearscourt.ie. And as well as that, as I said, Maureen Nightingale is with us. She is from Yoga Therapy Ireland, YTI, and she's going to show us a little bit of yoga today. Now, let's continue. What else have we got? We've got Ken Whaley is in Mullingar, and it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. And Mary Brady, originally from Cavan, living in Mullingar, it's your birthday. And Irina, and she's the manager of Athlone Community Radio, so big shout out to you. And Mark Kelly in Mullingar, it's your birthday. Happy birthday to you. Brona Lyons, and she is from Dublin, and she's got Epic Hearts Club, so that's a big club indeed. A big shout out to you, Brona. And Catherine Keating, a big shout out to you on your birthday. And Margot Duggan, and she is in Dungannon, hello to you. And as well as that, Denise, it's Jackie White sent us in a message to say that Dennis has a big birthday yesterday, so happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear friends, happy birthday to you. And as well as that, folks, our food shout out competition winner today is Love Food by Richard Anthony, and there is the food, there is the number. Actually, I'll turn my camera around to make sure that you can see his number. And there it is, and there it is, and there is Richard Anthony's number, and that's some of the food indeed. So big shout out to you, Richard Anthony, as well. Okay, what else have we got for you? We have our Facebook page recommendation, and that's Calucan Ratwire Community. And as well as that, shop local here in Mullingar. Well, we're not here in Mullingar, we're on the road at the moment. We're at Lucan, Spa in Lucan. But Mullingar Pewter is an absolute beautiful product. And if anyone wants to get something from Mullingar, head out to Mullingar Pewter. Now, the Downs GAA are giving away €8,200 next Monday, because last night they had the lotto numbers, and the numbers were picked out at 3, 9, 10 and 12. And they had 3 lucky dippers, because it wasn't one, it was 8,100, and now it's 8,200. And Betty Hegarty won €50, and Darren Devine, he won €50, and Joe Keegan, he won €50. So congratulations to you all. Multifarnham GAA Lotto, they are giving away 9,900 next Sunday. Yes, it's gone up extremely high indeed. And next week, tomorrow, Multifarnham GAA Mullingar GAA Lotto Shamrocks, and they're giving away 3,300. That's tomorrow night, so keep an eye out on their page. Now, all these pages, no matter where you are in the world, you can get involved. You can actually win the lotto if you are in America, if you're in Australia, because they will send you the money as well. All you have to do is just go to their Facebook page and get involved. Ken Smullen, Food Appeal, a big shout out to you, Ken. You're doing an absolute super job. Huge problem in the Midlands, Mullingar and Tullamore, with kids going hungry. Would you believe it? We're a first world country, and kids are going hungry in our country, in our towns. Ken Smullen is doing this fantastic job, and I don't know. To me, he's a god. And to you, Ken Smullen, congratulations on what you do. Anthony and Maureen Murphy as well, they have a spot that you can drop some dry food down to their house, and Ken will collect it as well. As well as that, he goes to Deals in Mullingar and Deals in Tullamore, and they have a spot area that you could just drop some dry food in there and Ken will collect it. Don't forget, folks, we're going to be singing live, yes, outdoors at the Dalton Amphitheatre in Ferrity, County Roscommon on Sunday. We're starting at 7 o'clock, so if you can be there, we'll be delighted to see you. And don't forget, music at Mears Court, that's going to be on the 11th of September. So, sorry, the 10th, 11th and 12th. It's going to be a 3-day event. Tickets are on sale as well. What else have we got for you? We have Rochford Superstore are looking to hire someone, and as well as that, Oscar's Outback, they're looking for some friendly staff too. What else have we got? Don't forget, folks, if you want to contact us and send in a message to us, if you would like to tell your story, if you would like to promote your business, send us a PM. And once again, thank you for sending in all your events that are coming in, and birthdays and requests. We appreciate them all, so send them in early and we can get them done early. Mullingar Classic and Vintage Club, they're having a poker run, and that's on August the 29th, so check that out on their page. All proceeds go towards St. Luke's charity. And Multifarnham Cookery School, big shout out to you guys, and hopefully we're going to be out there on the 11th. Let's see what the government says. Right, guys, once again, thank you for being on board. We're looking forward to seeing you at 5 o'clock, but before then we want to introduce our good friend, and that is Maureen Nightingale. There she goes, ladies and gentlemen. Maureen, how's it going?
Good morning, Ray, and thanks so much for having me on your show. I know you've invited me along just to speak a little bit about yoga today, and it's an interesting day to have chosen to speak about yoga because it was talked about this morning on one of your competitor stations on News Talk in relation to the fact that, first of all, yoga teachers can't actually teach in person at the moment, which is such a shame.
Wow.
But you had asked me to maybe pinpoint for people, and it's probably fair to say that most people in Ireland now know about yoga and know what it's all about. But maybe for those who don't know what it's all about, it's basically a very natural healthcare management system that you can pick up at any time of your life, and it will last you for your whole lifetime. So the point about that is that yoga is for everybody, and it doesn't matter what age you are, it doesn't matter whether you're a boy or a girl, it doesn't matter how fit you are, how flexible you are, because when you do take up the practice of yoga, it brings you that flexibility and stability and strength over a period of time. And of course, we're not just talking about physical flexibility, strength and stability, we're talking about much more than that. And I suppose
Daisy.
that's okay.
Up to Daisy. Sorry, cameraman is after falling. Rotate phone. I'm playing. Beg your pardon. Okie dokie.
Not to worry. So yeah, just saying that the benefits then of yoga, besides the strength, flexibility and stability physically, they encompass your whole life. So that those attributes spread out into your whole life. So it's a stability in life, it's flexibility in life, and it's strength in life, regardless of what's thrown at you. So the other important things to remember for anybody who's going to pick up a yoga class is, obviously there are lots and lots of teachers around Ireland. To date, as far as I'm aware, there's about 5,000 yoga teachers in Ireland. And because of the pandemic situation, most of those teachers have been, I suppose forced is maybe too strong a word, but forced onto the virtual platform, which, yes, it serves a purpose, but it's not the ideal place to learn yoga.
You can't beat eye to eye and the energy of each other, which
Absolutely.
is so important.
Absolutely. I mean, we are human beings after all, and we need human contact.
Mm-hmm.
And because of the pandemic situation, we have been starved of human contact, and that has caused many things throughout the country, not to mention depression, among other things. But the virtual platform has served a need. So if anybody is thinking about taking up a yoga class and there aren't any live classes to be had until the government say otherwise, yes, virtual classes, there's plenty of them, but what I would suggest to people is if they are checking out a virtual class is to check out the teacher's credentials, make sure that they're properly qualified, and make sure too that they're properly insured, because a virtual platform is totally different to a live face-to-face situation.
Yoga Therapy Ireland, who is Yoga Therapy Ireland? Do you have people working? Do you have people on board? What way does Yoga Therapy Ireland work?
Thank you for asking that. Yoga Therapy Ireland was formed in 2000. We started our first teacher training course in September 2000. There were 5 founder members, and we all trained in various different other training organisations before we came together. And we felt that there was a need and potentially a niche that would serve people who are maybe less able to practice yoga in a general setting. So we all trained in the therapeutic style of yoga and formed this organisation in 2000, and since then we've trained about 700 yoga teachers over those years, and they would teach in a therapeutic way, so they would teach very safely, but because they're trained in a therapeutic way, they can teach absolutely everybody. So if somebody comes to a general class, when we are allowed to teach in person again, if somebody comes to a general class with a particular ailment, like, you know, they might have maybe, for example, a heart condition, or maybe a spinal condition that needs particular care, that doesn't need aggravation through the practice of various postures, a Yoga Therapy Ireland teacher will be able to include that person in a general class setting, as opposed to leaving them over on the side and giving them, say, different things to be doing, where they're then excluded from the group as opposed to being included in the group. So Yoga Therapy Ireland would advocate for inclusivity rather than exclusivity.
So your business has been hit like my business, the music business. I mean, you have sort of 7 or 8 people involved. You're doing classes here and there. You have a structure organised, and the structure has literally been decimated at the moment. The most important thing about yoga is it's the healthiness. It's everything we should be doing.
It is, absolutely. And I mean, I started yoga in my 30s after I had my children, and only for yoga through my lifetime, I'm sure that my body would not be as flexible as it is now. But yoga, as I was saying to you earlier, it's about body, mind and spirit. It's not just about body. I think people think that when they take up yoga, they're going to be turning themselves into pretzel shapes and really doing advanced postures. But yoga is about much more than physical postures. It's about looking after your whole health, and whole health is not just physical. It's physical, mental, spiritual, emotional. So through the practice of yoga, irrespective of how you are when you come to it, so say for example you do come with a health condition, and you do come to a yoga class, and you might come to yoga late in life or whatever it is, but yoga can bring you better health. It can bring you coping skills. What comes to mind very quickly is migraine. I mean, so many people suffer with migraine in this country, and yet if they practiced yoga and some of the specific breathing techniques, they could manage their migraine condition quite well.
Yeah, I mean, we were chatting to a guy the other day as well that had migraine. He was going to a specialist. They were going to get out the machine, they were going to open him up, and then he started to do yoga. And I mean, this man is a serious man, like he's a serious businessman. He's very much involved in IT, and he started yoga, and you could not believe. I was surprised, because when I brought it up, we were chatting at an event, and so I sort of put what my take on yoga and what I started to do in yoga, and how it sort of chilled me out and relaxed me. It's so easy to say to yourself, ring the doctor, they'll probably talk to you on a Zoom, they'll send you the tablets, you take the tablets, and then you've still the same problem. So in a way, it's empowering yourself to take on looking after yourself.
And that's absolutely it. It's empowering yourself to look after your own health, because I think in the days to come and the years to come, I think we have to look after our own health, because sure, aren't they saying that the healthcare system is absolutely stretched, and they're not going to be able to do it, and there's waiting lists a mile long for cancer patients and heart patients. So we have to take responsibility really for our own health and start to look after it ourselves. And as I said earlier on in the chat, that yoga is the most natural healthcare management system that you can actually find to look after your own health.
Simple as that.
It is simple. It's very simple.
Are you training people up at the moment?
We are looking to train people up at the moment. We have still a number of places to fill for our course that's coming up in September.
What way does that work?
Well, we're hoping that we're going to get a live course going. We had to finish our previous course on Zoom. Again, it wasn't ideal, but we had already started a course the previous year, so we had to see it through to completion, and the only way we could do that was on Zoom. But under normal circumstances, we run our training from Marino Institute of Education on Griffith Avenue, and we're hoping that we're going to be able to do that from September.
How long does that course take?
The course is a 2-year course. At the moment, we have a number of people booked in for it, but we need a few more people to sign up. Even taking minimum numbers, we probably still will be running it at a loss, but in order to have it running at all, we have to do that.
Exactly, yeah.
We have to do it to keep our business going. So yes, it's a 2-year program. It covers all aspects of yoga: physical, mental, emotional, spiritual. It covers 50 hours of anatomy and physiology. And from Yoga Therapy Ireland point of view, we believe very much that anatomy and physiology is a big component of yoga training, because teachers need to know the anatomy of movement. When they go into a class, they need to be able to see how somebody is moving, and if their movement is restricted, they need to be able to know what to do or how to guide them in order to gain more movement from them over a period of time, and that they can guide them safely through those restrictions, because we all have restrictions in some way or other. We're not all built the same way. We have different mobilities and flexibilities and strengths, and you might have a stronger body than me, or I might have a more flexible body than you, or whatever. So we're all different, so you can't just treat everybody the same. That's how individual yoga is.
How did you get involved in yoga?
Oh,
Was it just one day?
No, it wasn't. I had tried various different exercise formats. I did Keep Fit, I did kinematics, I did calisthenics. I didn't enjoy any of them. And I went to a yoga class. Somebody had said to me, "Would you not try yoga?"
And were you suffering in any way like
No,
before?
I wasn't.
Okay.
And the only thing I was conscious of, and I hope you won't pick me up on this, I was learning how to sing properly. And I couldn't get the breathing technique right. And somebody said, "Why don't you try a yoga class?" So I did, and I went to my local adult education school, and I found this most gorgeous teacher who I stayed with for about 15 years.
Wow.
And it was after that then that I decided I would train as a yoga teacher. So it was breathing that took me to yoga, believe it or not. And in these COVID pandemic days, breathing is so important, and yoga breathing can actually help with increasing your lung capacity, allowing you to be able to breathe more efficiently. And then if you are finding that you're having difficulty catching your breath, that you learn techniques to know how to then manage your own breathing.
It's so simple, and you says we all breathe every day, but the thing about it is we have tons and tons and tons and tons of cells, and the cell has to get the oxygen.
Absolutely.
If the cell gets the oxygen through yoga, literally by breathing, that's how healthy. So it's in a way, it's like the oxygen has to get down there to get that cell working.
Absolutely.
And that's really where it's at. Yeah. It might sound strange, but we have to understand that we are a serious piece of machinery.
Absolutely.
We have the best machine in the world. Absolutely. You can talk about all these robots and all that type of thing, but we have the technology given to us by the man above. Now, there's 5 different men up above. Some people agree, but the man up above, and he sort of put us here, and he makes everything move down here. And that's what people have to sort of remember maybe as well in life now, because she's tightening up, you know.
Yeah. And you're right about the breathing too, Ray, because it doesn't necessarily mean that from a yoga point of view you have to be breathing deeply all the time.
Yeah.
You don't have to be breathing deeply all the time. You just have to be breathing consciously all the time.
Yeah.
Because so much of our breathing is all on automatic pilot now, and you don't realise that there's anything askew with your breathing until maybe you're upset about something, or you're angry about something, or you're, you know, feeling happy about something, and you notice that your breathing changes. But if you can develop a little bit more consciousness about your breathing, and maybe if you have 5 minutes during the day just to sit down in your chair and just breathe, just be conscious that you're breathing in and out, and it's so effective because it's so relaxing, and it brings you into a very mindful space and into the present, because we're so worried about what's coming down the road. We're so anxious about what has happened in the past, and we're carrying such a lot of stuff with us that it's very difficult to stay in the present. So sitting down for 5 minutes in your chair, just breathing consciously, brings you right into the present moment, and it's very effective.
I'm trying to do that myself because I spend a ridiculous amount of time looking into this phone, and I'm hooked on it now. Probably half the world is as well.
I think so.
But another thing I'm trying to do is an hour before you go to bed, at least take time off from the phone and try and wean yourself off and breathe and look forward, look out the window, look at what's going on. The more time goes on, like I've literally started myself doing these 2 shows. I've got the shout out show, or it started off the shout out shows, now it's called the 12 Bongs, and then we have the bus sessions. It's kept me into a routine, but I really have to do a bit of work on it as well, to try and do your best every time that you do go live. But the thing about it is, it's dragged me into always looking at the phone.
I think we're all in that space. We're all in that space because I think the world is panicked.
Mm-hmm.
And I think you're right. I think if you can wean yourself off your phone, if you can take yourself away from social media for even just a little while, I think we were all kind of advised at the beginning of the pandemic, look, if you're going to keep in touch with what's going on, try and just look at the news once a day. Try not to look at the news 10 times a day, because basically if you're looking at it 10 times a day, they're saying the same thing 10 times a day.
Yeah.
Whereas if you just look at it once, then you've taken on board the news, be it good, bad or indifferent. You can take it on board, listen, let it go, and move on with the rest of your day, instead of thinking, oh, it's 12 o'clock, I better look at the news. Oh, it's 6 o'clock, I better look at the news. No, I think, you know, there's a place for social media, but there's also a time just to leave it on the side for a while.
Brilliant. Well, look, I appreciate this. You brought the weather with you. The birds are singing up. As I say, just show some people around where we are, and it's what a beautiful spot we're in, and this is the Span Lucan, and so you're going to show me a bit of yoga.
Well, Ray, I think probably the best thing to do is to teach you a little bit of yoga, because your viewers and your listeners are so used to following you, they're not used to following me. So I think it would be nice for them to see you doing a little bit of yoga. And you can do it here in the chair, because you know you don't need a huge big space, but it'll show people too that if they want to sit down, and maybe some of them do now at the minute, they might like to sit down and do it with you.
Brilliant.
And you can be the demonstrator, and I'll just give you the instructions.
Right, well, you be the camera woman then as well, okay?
Oh, I'll do that.
Okay.
Yeah. And
you can keep an eye on me as well as giving me instructions. And
okay.
Right.
So I'm just going to move back a little bit. Yeah. So let's see how we go with this. I mean, this will just show upper body stuff now probably, and if I have to go down to show your feet or your legs, I'll just move the camera down.
Exactly,
Is that okay? All right, so let's begin.
Should I have my shoes on or off?
No, you can leave them on. There's no need to take them off for the moment. So just, sit back in the chair and sit up now as tall as you can.
As tall as you can, on the chair, yeah.
On the chair, and just relax your hands onto your lap for a minute. Okay. And just close your eyes for a second, and just maybe have a sense of where you are, where you're sitting, your surroundings, and then obviously there's lots of sounds outside and you're conscious of those. But for the most part, I just want you to pay attention to how your body's feeling right now, and as we were mentioning a minute ago, just maybe tuning into your own breathing, and just to watch how your breath is moving. Are you breathing just in your nose? Are you breathing in your chest? Do you feel your chest is kind of doing most of your breath for you? Or can you feel your breath down in your abdomen? Or is it a bit of all three? Can you feel your breath in your abdomen? Can you feel your breath in your chest? Can you feel your breath in your nose? And is any one of those areas more predominant than the other? Just notice, don't change anything. Don't really feel that you have to breathe any deeper. Just have it as your normal breathing rhythm. And then just when you're ready, open your eyes, and without moving your body, I just want you to breathe in and turn your head to your right. And then breathe out and bring your head back to the middle. And then breathe in and turn your head to your left. And bring your head back to the middle as you exhale. And then as you inhale, lift your chin up slightly towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, bring your head to the center. And as you inhale, lower your chin down towards your chest. And exhale, bring your head up to the center. And just do that again with your own breathing. So inhale to the right, exhale back to the center. Inhale to the left, exhale back to the center. Inhale, look up, lifting your chin up, exhale to the center. And then inhale, lower your chin down, and exhale, bring your head back to the center. Okay, good. So now, as you exhale, can you bring your shoulders up towards your ears? And then on the next exhale, let them relax down. Good. And then again, lifting the shoulders up and exhaling, lowering the shoulders down. And one more time, lifting the shoulders up and exhaling, lower the shoulders down. Now, using that shoulder movement, can you roll your shoulders? So do a few shoulder rotations. Keep your arms relaxed and do your shoulders. So shoulders, not so much the arms. That's it. So just getting as much movement into your shoulders now as you can. That's it. Leave your arms as relaxed as you can. You don't need to move your hands so much. It's more getting your shoulders going. So you're loosening up the shoulder joints. Yeah, good. And then when you've done that kind of backward movement as you're doing, can you do a forward movement then as well? So bringing your shoulders up, forward and down. Yeah. And just notice for yourself, are you restricted in your shoulders? Do you feel one shoulder is looser than the other one? Have you more movement going forward than you have going back? Doesn't matter whether you have or you haven't. It's just for your own information. Okay, good. So let's see now if we can lift your left arm up in the air. So your left arm, that's it. Bring your arm in close by your ear if you can. So keep the arm straight up if you can. That's it. And bring the arm in close by your ear. Arm straight up, in by your ear. That's it. So now as you exhale, using your left hand and bearing in mind the space that you have, can you reach over to your right just as far as you can? So you're reaching your arm, but you're reaching your body as well. So see if you can reach your body over to the right. Okay. And then just slowly bring the arm back and down for a second. That's it. So you're going to just do that again for that side. So you just copy. So arm is stretching up and you're going to reach over to the right and stretch your whole body over to the right if you can. That's it. And then come slowly back to the middle. And can you do that on the other side? So lift your right arm up. That's it. Extend up and then over as far as you can to your left. Yeah, good. And then slowly come back and relax down. So now can you lift your two arms up? Turn the palms to face each other. Just keep your arms apart though. So same as before. And now keeping the arms up, you're going to reach over to your right again, stretching your body over to the right. Good. And then come back to the middle. And then keep the stretch up towards your fingertips and reach over towards the left. And then come back to the middle. Okay, good. And then lower your arms back down for a second. Can you stretch your right arm out in front of you and clench your fist? Okay, can you open your fist and clench it a couple of times? Yeah, good. And then do that on the other side. So clenching and opening your fist, that's it. And then can you put your fingertips on your shoulders? Good. And now can you draw circles into the air with your elbows? So this is just more work for your shoulders really, but it just helps to open them up and loosen them up and warm them up. That's great. Well done. Okay, so just relax your hands down there for a second and we'll just go down to the feet for a second. So if people don't mind not seeing your face, I'm just going to take the camera down to your feet. And the shoes are fine on, but maybe if you're doing it at home, maybe you can take off your shoes so that your feet and your toes are relaxed. So I just want you to lift your right foot up off the floor and see from your ankle now, if you can just circle your foot from your ankle. And we'll do that a few times one direction and then we'll go the opposite direction. That's it. And then can you point your toes? and flex your foot, and point your toes and flex your foot, and point your toes and flex your foot. And then do that all through on the other side. So lift your left foot, circle your foot from your ankle, and there might be little crackles and pops in there that you might hear the ankle joint clicking a little bit, but that's fine too. So opposite direction if you haven't already. And then point your toes and flex, and point your toes and flex your foot, and point your toes and flex your foot. Okay, so now I'm going to see if you can sit up straight and then lift your right knee up towards your chest. You can hold your shin with your hands, yeah, and then pop your foot back down. Okay, and let's do that on the other side. Lifting the left knee up towards your chest, good, and then pop the knee back down. So I'm going to ask you to do that again, but to use your breath. So inhale, lift the knee up. Exhale, place the foot back down. Inhale, lift the left knee up. Exhale, place the foot back down. Okay, so we're going to put two movements together now. Are we all right on time so far?
Oh, it's no problem.
Okay, so with your next inhale, I want you to lift both arms up into the air. That's it. And on the exhale then, can you slowly bring the right knee up towards your chest and hold your shin with your two hands. So bring your hands down now to hold your shin. Yeah. And then release the foot down, lift your arms up again. And then exhale, bring your left knee up towards your chest, hold your shin. Yeah, good. And so if you just get a rhythm going now and do that a couple of times to either side. And what this does, obviously it's working your knee and your hip, but it's also releasing into the lower part of your back. Just moving with your breath, inhaling to lift and exhaling to release. Okay, and last time now on the left side, just to make sure you're balanced. That's it. And then foot to the floor. Okay, so I want you to sit forward on the seat now. So come to the edge of the seat. Okay, so you're kind of hanging on the seat just with your sitting bones virtually. Okay, so this movement is called cat stretch. Now you may have done cat stretch yourself when you're doing your own little bit of practice at home, but cat stretch is basically it's kind of focused around the movement of your hips and your pelvis. And if you've ever played with a hula hoop when you were a young lad, it's that same kind of action with your hips. So what I want you to do when you exhale is to round your back and let your head come forward. And when you inhale then, to lift up your chest, to lift your chin up and to arch your back. Yeah, that's exactly it. So can we do that now with your own breathing a few times? So exhaling to round your back and inhaling to open and lift your chest and arch your back. Yeah, good. So exhaling, rounding your back, keep the shoulders forward and down. So when you're rounding your back, that's it. So you're feeling the openness more in the upper part of your back. Yeah, good. So using that same movement, you're going to repeat that same movement, but as you repeat the movement, you're going to open the arms out when you lift your chest, and you're going to bring your arms forward and down when you round your back. So arching your back as you inhale, open the arms out wide to the sides, and then arms forward and down when you round your back. So arms out wide. Yeah, lovely. And then exhaling as you round your back and bring your arms forward. Good. And we'll just do that maybe twice more. Okay, so you should feel in your own body, when you open your arms out wide to the sides and you arch your back, you should really feel a big stretch across your chest. Yeah. Okay, so finish the one you're doing now and just sit back very slightly into the seat. Not too far now, not that your back is supported, just keep your back free. Okay, so I want you, when you're ready now, to place your two hands on your right leg. So two hands on your right leg. Yeah, so now already you're sort of starting to turn your body. Thinking of turning your body from your tummy, I want you to exhale and turn your belly button to your right. Yeah, and then let the rest of your body follow that movement of your belly button. So you're literally twisting your spine around. You're rotating your spine to the right. And then use your breath in to come back to the middle and place your hands on your left leg.
Brilliant.
And slowly turn your belly button to your left and turn your whole spine round to your left. Excellent. And then come slowly back to the middle. You might like to just do that again, maybe just to twist your spine. And the twisting allows the spine to kind of open up. So you're opening up the space between the vertebral discs. Okay, good. And now just maybe to finish off the actual physical movement, what I might get you to do is a forward bend. So keep your hands on your legs, keep your back straight. And as you keep your back straight, you're going to think about going forward. So you're going to hinge from your hips exactly as you're doing. You're going to keep your head, neck and spine in a straight line. That's better. Well done. So you're only going as far forward as your back will allow. So don't force, don't struggle to go any further. Just go as far as your back will allow. Feel into your own body. Notice whether you feel that your back is slightly rounded or not. Really get a sense of tilting forward from your hips. And then when you're ready, very slowly, just see if you can stack your vertebra up one on top of the other to bring you back up to sitting up straight. Relax your hands down. Good. And then just sit back into the seat. And we'll just very briefly do that breathing practice that I was talking about earlier, if you want to do that, just if we have time to do that. Yeah. So relax your back into the seat. Just check that your feet are relaxing on the floor, and then allow your neck to lengthen and close your eyes again. So once you've closed your eyes, can you have a sense that your chin is in line with your chest? That's it. And then all I want you to do is to just do a very brief body scan of your body now, having done all of those movements, however challenging or easy they were for you. Just notice how your body is feeling now. So scan from your feet up through your legs, to your hips, up through your trunk, down your arms into your hands. Be aware of your neck, your face, your head, your facial features. Relax everything. Just allow everything to soften, to ease out and to rest. And then you're just going to take your attention to your breathing again. Just notice how it is. Don't change anything. So it's your normal day-to-day breathing rhythm. No need to deepen it or do anything else other than let the breath come and go. And all I want you to do now is when you inhale the next time is just to mentally say to yourself, I am breathing in. And when you breathe out, mentally say to yourself, I am breathing out. And just with these two short phrases, I want you to repeat the two phrases just for the next moment or two. I am breathing in, just mentally repeating it. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. Staying with those two short phrases just for a moment more. I am breathing in, I am breathing out. And just having a sense of how you're feeling there as you're sitting. And then in your own time, just maybe gently rub your hands together, cover your face just for a second. That's it. Just cover your eyes. Yeah, cover your eyes and just blink into your hands. And then when you're ready, just release your hands from your face.
Oh, that was class.
So that was just a really brief stretch in the chair, but it just goes to show you that you can do lots in the chair that can give your back a stretch, because we were talking about ailments earlier that people have, and sure, the biggest ailment in this country is back pain. The biggest ailment that keeps people out of work back in the day when we could work, that's the biggest condition that keeps people out of work is back pain. So that simple stretch in the chair, if you're at the office or sitting at a computer, stretch out and your back will, open up.
Because I have sort of a click in my back, right? And sometimes if I sit down, I end up going into a spasm type of thing.
Okay.
But I walked this morning, but I didn't get any yoga done.
Right.
Or whatever. But just that little bit is after freeing me up again. I feel.
That's fantastic.
You know, like
that's fantastic.
The chassis is fine.
That's brilliant. Yeah, that's brilliant.
And such a simple thing. It's like, you know, people travel on airplanes, or
yeah,
you could do your own yoga in the airplane.
You could do your own yoga in the airplane. Now, obviously, the space is, I mean, you've got quite a good bit of space here, but on an airplane, the space is more confined.
That's true, yeah. Well,
you know, the leg space isn't as much, but you still can do some. You can still do some to kind of ease out your back.
And as well as that, if you're at home in your house, just take, what we'd recommend is that you take the video now and you play the video, and when you're you can go to your house, put on the live vocal or whatever.
Absolutely.
Put on the picture for yourself.
Absolutely.
And just do this at home, and as I said, it'll make a huge difference to yourself, and so simple and so natural.
Yeah, so effective.
Right, you're a legend of a woman.
Delighted to be here.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. Thanks for asking me.
Yeah, it's great. Really appreciate it. And we'd like to thank the Indian ambassador for actually, this is how we met. I went to an event 2 years ago, and Maureen Nightingale was doing the spiel, and she was explaining to us how to do it. I went and done it, and literally I could say I was high after.
Very good.
Because I felt very relaxed. I felt a lift, you know, and we went to meet people after, and I was just there. I wasn't.
You were zenned out.
I was zenned out.
You were zenned out.
And the beauty of it all, and as I said, I watched that video for then, and then there was a new one then, and I watched that one, and actually, and for you to do this with me, I'm grateful.
Not at all.
Grateful.
I'm delighted. I hope it helps your viewers and your listeners. Hope it does.
Brilliant. Well,
yeah.
Look, thanks a million for that.
Not at all.
And we'll just get back to all our friends who are looking in here. Once again, folks, we're coming to you live with our show. It's called The 12 Bongs. I've zoomed this yoke up a lot, so that's why. And we're coming to you live from Spa and Lucan. So from myself and Maureen Nightingale, thank you for being on board, folks. Bye for now.
Bye bye.